Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to the second episode. And then in this episode, we're going to learn the another macroeconomic problem, which is the unemployment. Unemployment is the state of being unemployed. So we cannot say that those who don't have job as unemployed. In order to understand who are the unemployed, so we need to use this structure. So we have total population. So not all population are considered working age population. Those who between the 15 to 64 are considered as working age population, and only these people are considered able to enter the labor market, but only a fraction of those who between 15 to 64 enter labor market. They are called labor force, and those who are not entering the labor market are considered out of labor force. We have here housewife, full-time students, retirees, and so on. And those who enter the labor market are considered labor force. But not all people who enter the labor market are able to find a job, and some of them, maybe a few of them who can't find a suitable job or unable to find any job. So if they don't have job, they enter the labor market, but they look for a job, but they find none. They don't find any job. So if they don't find any jobs, they are considered as unemployed. So those who are out of labor force are not considered unemployed, but only those who enter the labor market, but they were looking for a job, but they didn't find any job, so they are considered unemployed. And those who have job are considered employed, and the total number of employed people are known as employment, and total number of unemployed people are known as unemployment. So unemployment is called the state of being unemployed. So in order to understand in order to overcome the unemployment, you need to understand the types of unemployment. We have here three types of unemployment. We have structural unemployment, we have cyclical unemployment, we have frictional unemployment. What is structural? What is cyclical? What is frictional unemployment? So structural unemployment is actually caused by the structural change in the economy of a country. So let's say the economy move from the primary base sector to the secondary base sector. So the laborers who were working with these primary sectors need to move to the secondary sector. So they have to adapt with new skills. They have to adapt new knowledge in order to be able to work in the new sector, which is the secondary sectors. For example, manufacturing sector, construction sector, and so on. So it's not easy to if you are for a longer of time were working as a miner, and now you have to work as a assembler in a factory. So you need time to adapt new skills, new knowledge. So that's the mismatch of skill and knowledge cause a situation where the workers who were working with the primary sectors have to gather the information, skills, and so on before they able to enter the new sector. So during that time, they become unemployed. So uh, the situation, that kind of situation is called structural unemployment. So it's due to the changes, economic changes, but this large scale changes, which is structural changes of the economy, more from the agricultural sector to the industrial sector, for example. So that's changes. So the second one is the cyclical. Cyclical unemployment is a situation of being unemployed because of economic recession, economic downturn. So we call it cyclical because due to the economic cycle, move up and down. During the up situation, we need more labor. The demands for labor increase, so less unemployment or no unemployment. But during the down situation, economic downturn, there's a retrenchment of workers. More workers being unemployed, more people being unemployed due to economic downturn, economic recession. That time, the number of people being unemployed increased. So that's the situations is called unemployment. Sorry, cyclical unemployment. The third one is called frictional. It's a temporary one. The first one uh, is the first one takes longer time to adapt, and the second one it needs maybe takes less time to be eliminated. I mean, if structural needs 5 years, cyclical maybe need 2 years. That's just an example. Structural more long term has more long term effect, and this cyclical more it looks like medium effect, and frictional is temporary. Why frictional employment come to exist? Because there's a tendency of workers to change job uh, during the transition from the old work to the new work, from the old job to the new job, they choose to be unemployed. So so the situation of those who choose to not work during the transitional period, they are called frictional unemployment. So um, there are a few causes, other causes, because of choice of not to work, because of mobility. The new job, you know, happen to be in cities, in other cities, so they need to move to new city. So that's about mobility, workers' mobility, or maybe they don't know the information regarding the new jobs. So maybe they are fresh grad, so they need in order to find job they need information. So they don't know about how to find mm, um, to find jobs. They new with they have no experience to find job, so they become temporarily unemployed. So that's why we call them we call the situation as the frictional unemployment. So how to handle this? How to overcome this? Friction is not so bad. It's not so bad. It is not so. It's not a bad problem. It's not a huge problem to the economy, to the nation, but the government can overcome this by increase the people mobility from one place to another, by spending some money to build better infrastructure for the transportation infrastructure to so that the people can be mobile from one place to another. It can be easy to commute from one place to another. That's need government spending. The second one, the government can also put the regulation on firms to advertise jobs vacancies. That this the way to disseminate the information of job vacancies so that the fresh grade know the job vacancies. So this is the way to handle to overcome the frictional unemployment. The second one is the cyclical, because it is about the up and down of the economy. So during the economic recession, the unemployment increase, and how to handle this kind of cyclical employment. The policy that can handle this cyclical employment is the policy that able to overcome the economic recession. So this like, if you overcome the economic recession, so at the same time you can also overcome the cyclical employment. What are the policies? So you can use the expansionary monetary policy by increasing money supply, by reducing the interest rate, or you may use the expansionary fiscal policy by spending more, by increasing the government spending, or by reducing tax so that people can can spend more. Companies can spend more on investment, so increase the demand in the market. So increase the price, give signal to the suppliers to supply more, so the economy increase. In order to supply more, the suppliers need inputs, so labor is one of the inputs. So more inputs needed, so less unemployment. So that's how the cyclical employment can be handled. And the first one is quite structural. It needs more effort to overcome this structural unemployment. So it caused by skill mismatch. So you need to spend on education. So you need to increase the government spending on education, on training. You need to set up the training center. You need to work out with the with the plans to educate, workers who were working in mining industry sectors, in order to be to enabling them to work in factories. So you need to spend more on education by increasing government spending, and you need also to give certain incentive to companies to do in-house training. So that's another option. So uh, you have also other kind of option. For example, by readjustment regarding the curricular requirement at universities and schools, in order to produce graduates which is suit with the current labor market demand. So those are the ways to overcome the unemployment. Okay, that's all for the second economic problem, which is unemployment. Okay, see you again in the third episode. Bye bye.